ಹಾಯ್ ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾ ಟಿವಿ ನೆನಪು ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ಭೂಮಿಕಾ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಸೃಜನಶೀಲತೆಯ ಬೋಧನೆ, ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯ ಪಾಠ ಹಾಗೂ ನಾಯಕತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಗುರು ಇದೇ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಶೇಷ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಪಿಜೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕನಸು ಬಿತ್ತಿದ ಕನಸುಗಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷ ಪರಿಶೋಧನಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇಸ್ರೋ ನಡೆಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಇವರೇ ಅಡಿಪಾಯ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶತ್ರುವು ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರುವ ಅಜಾತಶತ್ರು ಎಪಿಜೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ. ಒಂದು ಬಡ ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದ ಇವರು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೆಳೆದರು, ರಾಮೇಶ್ವರಂನಿಂದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಯ ಪದವಿಯ ಬಳಿ ಸಾಗಿದ ಇವರ ಜೀವನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಪಿಜೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿನ ರಾಮೇಶ್ವರಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ 15, 1931ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದರು. ಇವರ ತಂದೆ ಜೈನರಾದರು. ಇವರು ದೋಣಿ ನಡೆಸುವವರು ಹಾಗೂ ತಾಯಿ ಆಶಿಯಾ. ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಹೆಸರು ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಫಕೀರ್ ಜೈನುಲಾಬುದ್ದೀನ್ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಪಿಜೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸೃಜನಶೀಲತೆಯ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಿಮಗಾಗಿ.
Courage to think different, courage to invent, courage to travel into an unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible, courage to combat the problems and succeed are the unique qualities of the youth. As a youth of my nation, I will work with courage to achieve success in all the mission. What did I learn from the youth of 11 million people? I learned every youth wants to be unique. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. But the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just everybody else. Now, the question is whether you want to be you or everybody else. You want to be you, not everybody else. Now, if the question being like everybody else is convenient at the first glance but not satisfying in the long vision. The challenge, therefore, my young friends, is that you have to fight the hardest battle. You have to fight the hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine to fight, and never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place. That is the unique you. To get the unique you, it's a big battle. The battle means you don't need to take a gun. The battle means you have to have 4 unique things. 4 unique tools you must have in that battle. One is you have to set the goal. The second one is acquire the knowledge continuously. And third one, it's a hard work with the devotion. And fourth is perseverance. Now let me define. I said knowledge equal to creativity plus righteousness plus courage. What is creativity? Now you attempt with me, all of you, when I say. Will you say? Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. Knowledge makes you great. First, friends, I want to leave you with a thought today. What is the one action which will make you great? Every one of you has a page in the history of the world. What is that page? How do you make that page which is going to be referred by the prosperity? There is a need to give a vision to your ambition. What I will be remembered for, what I will be, each one of us has to ask the question, what I will be remembered for. And if you find an answer for this question in a few lines, that of out-of-box idea will drive you for the rest of your life. You will definitely thinking something different on our out-of-box mission. What are they? Can I visualize along with you? I am not a doctor, but I want to visualize along with you. Each one of you will derive your own vision to remember. For example, you see this light. When you see this light, immediately we remember a personality. Even though electricity was discovered, Faraday, long ago, but the application was given a person, Thomas Alva Edison. When the light you see Thomas Alva Edison. When the telephone bell rings, you remember Alexander Graham Bell. So, what a lady got 2 Nobel Prizes, you will remember Madame Curie, because one for discovery of radium, another she treated cancer patient using the radium. For both she got 2 Nobel Prizes. So they are all unique people. So what I will be remembered for, you will be definitely thinking something different. And out-of-box mission today, what are they? You are going to say today, what I will be remembered.
Welcome back, ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ಸೊ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಸೃಜನಶೀಲತೆಯ ಬೋಧನೆಯನ್ನು, ಅವರ ಬಾಲ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ತಮ್ಮ ಬಡ ಕುಟುಂಬವನ್ನು ಪೋಷಿಸಲು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ತನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹಾಕಲು ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ರಾಮೇಶ್ವರದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ರಾಮನಾಥಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಸ್ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಓದುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ ತಿರುಚಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಂಟ್ ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಗ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಪೈಲಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವ ಅವರ ಕೋರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಿಜ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. 1960ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು DRDO ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏರೋನಾಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಸೈನ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಓವರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಇವರ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಕೆಲವು ದಿನಗಳ ನಂತರ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗಿನ ಇಸ್ರೋಯಿಂದ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಬರುವಂತೆ ಕರೆ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಇಸ್ರೋ ಲೈಫ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ನಿಮಗಾಗಿ.
How to manage success, most importantly the failure. Any mission he does or she does, so he has to go through some failure. They should know how to manage the failure. Well, my own experience like this, 1973, I became the project director for satellite launch vehicle program, SLV-3. It is called to put a Rohini satellite in the orbit by 1980. When the management structure I was given, money I was given, and then human power I was given, only they said by 1980 you must put the satellite in the orbit, making a rocket. So thousands of people worked for that, say a scientific technical team. So when the time came, 1979, I think it's in August, we launched, I was in the mission director, project director, I was the control center, I was the mission director. We handed over to the computer to do the process of checking the launch vehicle T-minus 4 minutes and launch it. After 1 minute, the computer checked, computer put a hold. For some reasons, they said a display was there, it said some component is not doing well, control component. My experts told me, I have always behind me 4 or 5 experts will be there. And they quickly calculated in computer, they told me, don't worry, there is a lot of reserve fuel is there, we will succeed. So I bypassed the computer, I went on manual, launched the rocket system. Okay. and it's a four-stage rocket. The first stage worked beautifully. As soon as the second stage separated, it got into trouble. Instead of satellite going to orbit, the whole rocket system went into Bay of Bengal. Okay, so it was a big failure. So that day, Indian Space Research Organization Chief, Professor Satish Dhawan, there's a press conference, 7 o'clock we launched. 7:45 there's a press conference, the whole world press is there in Sririkota at launch base. So I still remember the chairman of the organization, the leader of the organization, taking the press conference. I was by his side. He said, we have failed. First time we tried to attempted, and this failure really makes us to believe we have to give more technological support to my team, and they worked very hard. Definitely in a year they will succeed.
Welcome back, ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ. ಸೊ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇಸ್ರೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸಾರಾಭಾಯಿ ಅವರು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸಾರಾಭಾಯಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರು ಸೇರಿ ಇಸ್ರೋವನ್ನು ತುಂಬಾ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೆ ನಾಸಾಗೆ ಹೋಗುವ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಭಾರತದಿಂದ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಕಳಿಸಬೇಕೆಂಬುದೇ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸಾರಾಭಾಯಿ ಅವರ ಕೋರಿಕೆಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಸತೀಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಸಾರಾಭಾಯಿ ಅವರ ಸಹಕಾರದಿಂದ ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಎನ್ನುವ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಲು SLV-3 ಎನ್ನುವ ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ SLV-3 ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಲಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ನಿಮಗಾಗಿ.
I have repeated a number of times. I don't mind repeating that one incident. That incident for me is a university education. I have not read anywhere. I have so far I have gone around the orbit 71 times around the sun. I have not gone through any education, such a beautiful education I got in 1979, 1980 period. I thought of sharing with you on this occasion. It is like this: 1979, August 17th, we were ready for launch of a satellite launch vehicle with 44 subsystem and thousands of components. It was built in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and at that time Professor Satish Dhawan was the chairman Atomic Energy Space Commission, and he is also Space Center. And he gave me the task in 1973 to build a satellite launch vehicle, to put a satellite in the orbit. 1973 he gave me this task. In 79 we were ready, thousands of engineers, 10,000 of workers and staff, they all worked together. Then we moved the satellite launch vehicle from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center to the now Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sririkota. So the launch vehicle was in the launch pad, and that day, 17th August 1979, and I am the mission director, project director, and we are all in the control center, and computer takes over. T-minus 8 minutes, computer will take over, because very difficult for me as a mission director to check hundreds of parameters. So it has to be checked. Computer, we hand over the whole launch of the rocket system to the computer. So when T-minus 8 minutes came, I handed over to the computer for the launch on 17th August 1979. And thousands of people are waiting for the launch mission centers, and they are working throughout the country and some downrange stations. Exactly at T-minus 8 minutes, computer took over. And then at T-minus 4 minutes, computer put a hold. It says don't launch. So we are all, because at that time the whole rocket system is alive, and every explosive system, propellant system, electronic system, all are on ready to launch. Computer says don't launch. At T-minus 4 minutes, then immediately a computer printout comes out. There is some problem in the second stage control system. There's a leakage, so you don't launch. Behind me, there are number of experts, 6-7 experts, my expert 10 years, 20 years experienced people. I turn to them and they are in their computers to find out what happened, and they tell me within a minute. They say there's a problem in the second stage control system and we cannot launch, computer says, but we believe as experts the igniter, that is oxidizer, is sufficiently more there. Even though there's a leakage in the system, you can launch. They asked me to launch. That is, I can say to the computer to shut off the computer. I can manually launch the rocket system. I discussed with my experts. I believed in them. I agreed with them. I am responsible for it. I immediately put the rocket in the manual mode. So rocket took off, 100 seconds, beautiful launch, and the rocket first stage did its job. It's a 4-stage rocket system. Then the second stage took off. Within a minute, within a second, we got into spin. That means it should be steady. It's a controlled rocket system by a guidance system, but it was going to the spin. I knew I lost the rocket system. Within few seconds, instead of putting the satellite in the orbit, the whole system went to Bay of Bengal.
ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಜೊತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಸೇರಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿದ 22 ಮೀಟರ್ ಉದ್ದದ SLV-3 ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ 317 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗಳ ನಂತರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಫೋಟವನ್ನು ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸದೆ ನಿರುತ್ಸಾಹ ಹೊಂದದೆ ಅವರ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ, ನಂಬಿಕೆ, ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವ ಅವರ ಛಲ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಲು ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಿಸಿತು. ಈ ರೀತಿ 1980ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗಿ SLV-3 ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ದಿನ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದನೇ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜುಲೈ 15, 1980ರಲ್ಲಿ SLV-3 ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರವೇಶಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಕಳಿಸುವ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತವು ಸೇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಭಾರತವು ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಗಳನ್ನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗಿನ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಇಂದಿರಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. 1981ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪದ್ಮವಿಭೂಷಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಗೌರವಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ.
So it was a failure. And then how do you handle a failure? This is very important for entrepreneurs. Life is not so simple. We have to handle the failures with stout heart. My chairman, that is the Professor Satish Dhawan, exactly at 6:30, I was very tired of continuously working. He come to my room, you join me for a press conference. On that day, in the morning, there's a press conference. Hundreds of press reporters, media people have assembled. Just Professor Dhawan told me, Satish Dhawan told me, I am going to handle the press conference. You are going to come with me. He took me there. And there was a press, the national press, international press. They asked a lot of questions. How can you put 20 crores in Bay of Bengal? One guy asked. And like that, so many serious questions. After all, people will ask questions, the people's money. So like that, number of questions were there. And Professor Satish Dhawan said, yes, it's a failure. First time we have launched, we have gained a lot of system, and definitely we will succeed. I will give all the support my technologies. I'll give all the supports to my scientists. We will succeed in a year's time, he said. Friends, did you observe what happened there? I am the mission director. I am the project director. I have failed the missions. With me, 5,000 people have worked. But chairman, Indian Space Research Organization, he took the responsibility of the failure. He completely switched my failure to his failure. This is the leadership quality. Exactly after 1 year, that is 18th July 1980, we go to the launch pad and the countdown starts. T-8 minutes I hand over to the computer. Computer checks out first stage.
ಸೊ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇಂದಿನ ನೆನಪು ಸಂಚಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಳೆ ಸಿಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ